How's everyone doing? Today I have a Blu-ray update, 10 pickups right here, and 1 DVD. And if you've seen these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. And first up is Train to Busan, which I've heard everybody rave about, and I finally had to check it out. And it is just breakneck speed. It's 28 Days Later meets Snowpiercer, or 28 Days Later on a train, essentially. Everybody keeps calling it a zombie film, but it's really an infected film. They don't die and come back to life. They get bitten and then pretty much quickly turn. Their eyes turn white and they become infected. It's much like 28 Days Later. They aren't dead. They were infected with the rage virus. They're bitten or blood gets in their eyes and then they turn pretty quickly into an infected, violent person. And that's essentially what this is. They're not really zombies, and everybody's been calling this a zombie film. It's funny because on the back it says zombie film, everything, well, that's a blurb, zombie film to be. Then under here in the actual synopsis though, they said infection. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where I always kind of bothers me. I'm kind of nitpicking about it, but yeah, it's essentially father and his young daughter. He's separated from his wife, and he's bringing the daughter because it's her birthday to go see her. And they get on the train, and an infected person gets on the train, and then quickly the whole train gets infected, and they find out more as the story goes on that it's, you know, surrounding the areas are all infected, and they make friends, allies, and then of course one of the things with any kind of post-apocalyptic event or apocalyptic event, besides, you know, zombies or infected people being their worst enemy, it's humans being their worst enemy. It's, you know, human nature. Other people are trying to keep them out of the safe zones and stuff like that. But tremendous movie if you like zombie movies, infected movies. They kind of, you know, people just want to blend them together. But either way, very palpable, tense, fast-paced, an incredible movie that I would highly recommend the heck out of. This is a Korean film, but again, give it a chance. I know a lot of people aren't into subtitles and stuff like that. If you can read, you can watch a foreign film. Pretty much that simple. And the more that you do it, the easier it comes to check out the subtitles. But yeah, definitely a fast-paced, infected movie, a modern classic infected movie. Next up is The Edge of, and this is from Welgo USA, by the way. A nice release from them. And next up is Edge of 17, and this is from Universal. A really heartfelt, emotional, coming-of-age high school drama. Woody Harrelson, the whole supporting cast does a great job, but Haley Steinfeld, who is the lead here, she was also in the True Grit remake. That's where I first saw her at. She was tremendous there, and she's tremendous here too. And Kira Sedgwick is in here too. Again, the whole supporting cast did a great job, but it's basically her dealing with life and the hardships. She's socially awkward. She only has one friend, and her friend ends up falling for her brother. And her brother is like the stereotypical popular guy, and so she's kind of jealous of that relationship. And her father passed away a few years ago, and she's still dealing with the turmoil of that, and she doesn't get along really with her mother. So she's just confides in the teacher, Woody Harrelson, and she's just having a rough time of it. And by the end of it, it has a great moral tale and just a great message in general. A fantastic coming-of-age high school story that I would definitely recommend. And Haley Steinfeld is an incredible young actress, and I can't wait to see what she does in the future as well. And this is directed by Kelly Freeman Craig, who also did Frozen River, which was another really good one. But yeah, definitely check this one out for sure if you're into coming-of-age stories. Next up from HBO is Ballers Season 2. The Rock is just a phenomenal actor. He can do no wrong in my opinion. I think he pulls off action, comedy. He does a kind of like the brooding tough guy, but with a heart of gold here. I love the character of Spencer. It very much kind of reminds me of Entourage. I know it has some of the same producers and stuff involved. And Rob Corddry, who I'm not a huge fan of, he's excellent here. This is like one of the best things I've seen him do acting-wise. He's always a great writer, but for whatever reason I haven't liked him typically in his acting roles. But a nice release here, and great special features with some of the bonus features, the inside episodes, and the interviews. And then Andy Garcia is excellent too. But it's basically financial advisors working with football players, and specifically in Miami. And I'll go ahead and show you. It does have interior artwork too, which I always appreciate with these kind of releases. It's just a nice added touch. It goes over each episode, and then the artwork on the other side. The Rock looking tough, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. But I think he definitely carries the show, The Rock. And I can't wait to see what they do in the future too with the show and his character too. But yeah, if you like Jerry Maguire, any kind of football related stuff, then I think you'll enjoy Ballers, especially if you like the first season. I think season 2 definitely capitalizes on all those successes and moves forward. So definitely recommend Ballers. Again, I like how it does with a lot of the interpersonal relationships with the football players and stuff too. Next up is Quarry. This was on Cinemax and it's released by HBO. This show blew me the heck away. Super underrated. I haven't heard anybody really talk about this one. I love the cast in here. And this is basically about a Vietnam vet. He comes home and he's not welcomed back. And he's coming out to Memphis, his hometown, and his best friend, who is also in Vietnam with him, basically wants to become a hitman, and then he gets involved in it, and he's essentially becoming a hitman and killing people. The whole cast really shines here, and it's basically all about the interpersonal relationships here too. And there's his wife right there, and it is incredible. It is emotionally brutal and honest, and I hope they do a second one. I haven't heard anything yet about it going forward, but it definitely deserves another season for sure. And if you haven't checked it out, I would highly recommend the heck out of it. Great thrills, great emotional drama. And again, it's another one of those releases where it has the episode guide on the one side and then the artwork right there. And I'll go ahead and show you, it has a swing tray for the discs. So it's a 3-disc set. And all the shows that have been coming out that HBO has been releasing have been excellent. Haven't been disappointed yet, but Quarry is one I would highly recommend, and that's his nickname as well in the TV show. I love the whole feel too, set during that time period, especially with, the vinyl records, the music. The music is phenomenal in here. Next up is The Whole Truth, which is a courtroom drama with Keanu Reeves and Renee Zellweger. She looks so different to me now. It's crazy, but it's basically he's a lawyer and he's trying to get his young teenage client off for killing his rich father, who he knows personally. And Renee Zellweger is the mother, and of course there's a twist that you can kind of see coming a little bit. It's kind of telegraphed, and it's good for a one-time watch. I don't really see myself ever wanting to watch it again. It's pretty straightforward. It does a good job of setting everything up, and the acting is decent. I'm not a big fan of Keanu Reeves acting-wise, but he was steady here, playing that kind of stereotypical role. Jim Belushi was amazing there for his role. I like that a lot. They kind of underutilized him a little bit. I wanted to see more. And it definitely shows you how facts can get manipulated in court, and witnesses can give you different answers depending on the question you asked and the pressure you put on them as well. And also shows how people are portrayed. And this actress right here who is helping out Keanu Reeves on his defense team, her name is Gugu Mbatha Raw. Her and Jim Belushi are the standout performances in this film, and it's a pretty standard, straightforward courtroom drama, and you get to know more about the family and their interaction and the drama with them, but it's hinges again on the twists, and I wish they would have done a little bit more with the way that it plays out in the ending. Next up is another Keanu Reeves movie, and that is John Wick. And this one is the 4K Ultra HD release, and this was released by Lionsgate, by the way. And this is also released by Lionsgate, so Keanu Reeves double feature. And this one is a phenomenal action movie, a thrill ride. I love Willem Dafoe in here. Again, great supporting cast. And yeah, it's just really tense. He's a hitman who's basically gone legit, and then he has a run-in with some people who kill his dog and take his car. So he's out for revenge, and it's a great revenge. Tons of action sequences, tons of fight sequences, shootouts. Some of the fight sequences could be a little bit better, but that's me nitpicking. Some of it looked a little telegraphed. Yeah, but it's crazy, over the top, action overload. My thing is, though, I don't think Keanu Reeves is a great actor, and he was okay in this role, but he was just kind of like brooding, kind of that stereotypical, kind of like stiff acting that he always does. But I feel like, I didn't love the movie because of him. I loved it more so because of the action and the supporting cast, essentially. But still, with that being said, a phenomenal modern action movie, and it looks incredible on 4K as well, and some good special features right there. Next up is another 4K Ultra HD release, The Secret Life of Pets, which I thought to be super entertaining. Some great voice cast here. Louis C.K., Kevin Hart as Snowball the bunny rabbit was excellent. This is released by Universal. But the way that this was set up from the trailers and the teasers was basically, it was a look inside the life of pets when their owners are away, the humans are away, and how they interact. But it's more of an adventure movie. The character of Max being the lead, and then the rest of his friends trying to help him out, and they kind of go through the sewers and they find like a bunch of abandoned animals who've gone bad and gone rogue, and they kind of the good animals versus the bad animals. And then it's kind of a heartwarming message at the end. The voice acting was really well done, and it's just a fun, heartwarming, family entertaining movie that I think anybody of all ages can enjoy. Kids, adults. I thought the animation was really well done, and the voice acting was just phenomenal for it. And there's some 3 mini movies in here too, so a ton of special features. Another great release from Universal. Next up from Arrow Video is Slugs. Super cheesy. This one right here is directed by the same director, Juan Piquer Simon, who directed Pieces. Yeah, this one, again, it's essentially what you think it is. Killer slugs, and they found out there's essentially there was like a toxic waste dump years ago, and it makes the slugs killer and gross, and just some of the death scenes in here, the gore scenes were amazing. But it's pretty straightforward. It does kind of at the last, I'd say like 20 minutes or so, it kind of falters a little bit, stumbles as far as pacing, but still really well done. If you like cheesy killer bug movies, I would definitely recommend Slugs. A lot of fun. Cheesy horror fun, and a great release from Arrow Video. They kill it with their releases, transfer, special features. They had some really good interviews on here too. Newly commissioned artwork, the reversible artwork right there, and then the booklet, which check out that right there. How awesome is that shot? But yeah, and then the clear cases. So if you're a fan of the film, if you're a collector, then you definitely appreciate it. And I remember that artwork too. There's several artwork for the releases and stuff like that, and the slugs were huge and gross, and that artwork's awesome too. But yeah, so a great, fun, entertaining killer bug movie from the director of Pieces. Next up from Wellgo USA is The Timber. I was so looking forward to this movie because I love movies with a snowy setting, and the snowy setting is literally the only good thing about this movie. Terribly paced. The acting really wasn't anything special. It has Josh Peck in there. Him and his brother go find his fugitive father, hunt him down because he's living way out in the timber essentially, and they're trying to get the bounty for him and basically save their land. And it's pretty straightforward, nothing special, pretty drab, pretty unmemorable, forgettable, same thing, I know, but sitting through this was just a battle of attrition. It was like watching paint dry, just nothing special about it. I could not recommend this movie at all. The snowy setting was literally the only good thing about this film. Very disappointing story. The characters were unremarkable. Nothing good that I can really say about this, which is hard to do. Again, the setting was the only good thing. Just very disappointing. Not even worth checking out in my opinion. Next up is Dead West, another one that I definitely could not recommend. This is released by RLJ. It's kind of there's a big tonal shift in this movie where the lead character meets the character of Roxy, and Roxy, the actress who plays Roxy, stunning and very talented. Megan Karimi Nasser, I believe, but she was phenomenal. I'd love to see her in more stuff. The lead actor, I wasn't that big of a fan of him, Brian Sutherland, but towards the end of the movie, it kind of works. In the beginning, you're not so sure about how he's playing that role, but he's basically a guy who's hooking up with girls all across, like I guess down south essentially, and he's killing them when they say something he doesn't like or does something that he doesn't like. It offends his moral compass. But then towards the end, he's starting to do things where it just seems like he's evil and crazy. Because the girls seem good and nice. There's a scene in here that is so reminiscent of True Romance. It's just basically a ripoff of True Romance when he goes to the one like the pimp's house who's doing drugs and stuff like that. That was just such a ripoff of that. But this movie is not paced very well, especially during the tonal shift. It just kind of falters big time. I don't like a lot of the acting. Again, the big star here was Megan Karimi Nassar. Yeah, she was phenomenal. And again, the lead actor, towards the end of the movie, you kind of get more believable from him. In the beginning, I just didn't really like the look to him, the way that he was acting. It just didn't feel realistic. Then towards the end, it does kind of get settled in, but by that point, you're already kind of checked out. I just don't like the way that it played out, and again, the tonal shift did not work for this movie. The pacing didn't work for it. It was very straightforward. He's going around killing girls, and the brother of one of the girls tries to find him and get revenge, and I thought that would play out differently, but I actually kind of liked that it played out that way. But then from there, it just kind of stumbles. But yeah, I couldn't recommend this one either. But there you go. There are my 10 pickups. If you've seen these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. Leave me a comment or a video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.